Hello students, hope everyone is fine and doing well. So today's class we are going to discuss about the general equation of a general solution of a trigonometric equation. So just go through this topic once. Equations involving the trigonometric functions of a variable are called the trigonometric equations. So in this section we shall find the solution of such equations. The equations which involve trigonometric functions are called the trigonometric equations. So we have already learned that the values of sin x and cos x repeat after an interval of 2 pi. What do you mean by that is, if I start from the graph here, it will start from here till it go. This entire thing, its range will be 2 pi. Or maybe you can start from 0 here. My graph is here. It will go here. It will go here. Okay. So after 2 pi, again the graph will repeat. Then again after from 4 pi to 6 pi, the graph will go like this. So after every 2 pi interval, the graph keeps on repeated. Here you may ask, from here to here and here to here values are same. No, I am talking about from here, it will go till 2 pi. Similarly, if I comes to the tan function, the value is repeated in the interval of pi, 0 to pi. Or maybe you can say from here to here, this bar length, if I consider, this is the length of pi. This we already discussed. Now there are two types of solutions. One is principal solution and another one is general solution. When I say it is a principal interval, if your x value lies between 0 to 2 pi, including 0 and excluding 2 pi, the solution of a trigonometric equation for which 0 is less than or equals to x is less than 2 pi are called the principal solutions between 0 to 360, including 0. So this solution, if the value of x lies within this interval, then I can say it is a principal solution. The expression involving the integer n, for which all the solutions of a trigonometric equation is called a general solution. Okay, if n is involved, then we can call it as a general solution, or if it is lies between 0 to 2 pi, we call it as a principal solution. Okay, so that's to explain what is 0 to 2 pi as 0 to pi interval. Then I have taken the help of the graph. Now comes to an example to understand what exactly it is. Find the principal solutions of the equation sin x equals to root 3 by 2. So if I put the equation here, you have sin x equals to you have root 3 upon 2. So root 3 upon 2 is a positive number. So sin is positive in which quadrant? First quadrant as well as a second quadrant, right? So first quadrant means sin x is root 3 by 2 for what value of x? So one possible value of x is x must be equals to, I think sin 60 is root 3 by 2. If sin 60 is root 3 by 2, then 60 you can write as pi by 3. So for one value of x, this is a positive. So what about the another value of x? What else? Pi can be positive in the second quadrant. So second quadrant means, how do I write second quadrant? Pi minus pi by 3. So x equals to pi minus pi by 3 will come. I think pi minus pi by 3 is also lies in the second quadrant only. And sine of pi minus pi by 3 is nothing but sine pi by 3 only. Okay. So if I take the LCM here, pi minus pi by 3, so it can be written as 2 pi by 3. Am I right? 2 pi upon 3. Okay, 2 pi by 3 is, I think, 120 degrees. Other than this, sin is positive in the sine is negative in the third quadrant, sine is negative in the fourth quadrant. So if I make the second rotation, when I come second time I enter the first or second quadrant, it is more than 360 degrees. But my principal values will lie between 0 to 2 pi only. So the answers are going to be x equals to pi by 3 and x equals to 2 pi by 3. So this is the principal value of sine x. Okay. So x equals to pi by 3 and x equals to 2 pi by 3. They are only principal solution. So I do find only principal solution. Now find the principal solution of the equation tan x equals to 1 by root 3. So if I take another example, so I'll get tan x equals to minus 1 by root 3. So let me insert the equation. Tan x is equals to minus 1 upon root 3. Minus 1 upon root 3. Okay. So this is the value given. Now tan is negative in the second quadrant as well as third quadrant. So second quadrant means how do you write? You can write it as tan pi minus tan x equals to 1 by root 3 for 30 degrees. Okay. So if you want, let's write this condition 1. It is tan 30 degrees. 30 degrees means pi by 3. Agree? Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Here I am talking about positive value. Tan pi by 3 is equals to 1 by root 3. Let me copy the same term, but let me remove minus sign. Okay, tan pi by 3 equals to 1 by root 3. I know it is. Now, but I want tan x is minus 1 by root 3. So tan is negative in the second quadrant as well as fourth quadrant. In the second quadrant, how do you write? In the second quadrant, can I write this as pi minus pi by 3? So let me insert the bracket so that it will be. So here you will get expression tools pi minus pi by 3. So can I say pi minus pi by 3 will be equals to minus 1 by root 3? Okay, pi minus pi by 3 equals to minus 1 by 3, because pi minus pi by 3 is in the second quadrant, and tan pi minus pi by 3 means it is tan minus tan pi by 3, which is minus 1 by root 3. So which can be written as, so therefore x value can be is equals to pi minus pi by 3. Okay, this is one of the possible value of x, or you can write pi minus pi by 3 is nothing but 2 pi by 3. Pi minus pi by 3, if I take the LCM, I think that is going to be 2 pi by 3. So 1x value is 2 pi by 3 when it is in the second quadrant. Now tan can be negative in the fourth quadrant also. Okay, so fourth quadrant means it will come 2 pi minus pi by 3. Do you agree? So let me paste here. This will come as 2 pi minus pi by 3. That is also negative value. Okay, 2 pi minus pi by 3 means which is in the fourth quadrant. Therefore, x value is equals to 2 pi minus pi by 3, which is equals to 2 pi minus pi by 3 means 2 3 just 6. So 5 pi by 3 will come. Final answer is going to be 5 pi by 3. So let me write here 5 pi by 3. So the possible values of x, principal values of tan x equals to minus 1 by root 3 is 2 pi by 3. This is one answer. And 5 pi by 3 is second answer. These are the two answers of tan x equals to minus 1 by root 3. Okay. sorry, it should be pi by 3 60 degrees, right? We are continuously making this mistake. This should be pi by 6, sorry, because pi by 6 is 30 degrees. Okay, pi by 6 is 30 degrees, that's what we are making the mistake. So here it will come 5 pi by 3, and here also it should be 30 degrees means pi by 6. This also pi by 6. So 12 minus pi by 6 is 11 pi by 6. Generally 30 degrees means pi by 3. That's how we go, but 30 degrees means pi by 6. Okay. So this is how you will find the principal solutions. The principal solutions of any trigonometric function has to be within 0 to 360 degrees or 0 to 2 pi degrees, including 0 and excluding 2 pi. Okay. Now when it comes to the general solution, as the last class we discussed some part of it. Then we will discuss about the trigonometric equations. As I said that we'll discuss in the next class about the trigonometric equations. Now for example, let me take this sine 2x minus sine 4x plus sine 6x equals to 0. So let me take another example. Sine 2x minus sine 4x plus sine 6x is equals to 0. Equals to 0 only, na? Yeah, equals to 0. This is the trigonometric equation. So if I want to satisfy the equation, what should be the value of x and what is the value of x? Okay. So what can I do here is, first I have to simplify this one, factorize you can say. So just let me rearrange the terms as I'll keep this sine 2x at one place plus sine 6x at one place minus sine 4x at one place. In the solution also you may mention it is there is no LHS and RHS here, sorry, which will be equals to 0. Now what you can do is these two terms you take in the bracket. There is a reason why I am putting in the bracket. So this is in the form of sine A plus sine B formula. Anyone remember sine A plus sine B formula? Sine A plus sine B formula is 2 sine, or better let me insert the equation. It will come as 2 sine, bracket will come, then fraction will come 2 sine A plus B by 2, that is 2x plus 6x upon 2 sine C plus D by 2 or A plus B by 2, then cos A minus B by 2. So if I put A minus B by 2 here, then I'll get 2x minus 6x upon 2. So this is the formula which we have here, minus this sine 4x will remain as it is. I applied the formula only for the terms inside the bracket. Sine A plus sine B formula is 2 sine A plus B by 2 cos A minus B by 2. That was the formula which I used here. Then what do you get here if I simplify? 2. If I simplify this bracket, I'll get 2x plus 6x is 8x. 8x by 2 is 4x. So this will give me sine 4x into, if I simplify this bracket, oh sorry, everything is selected. If I simplify only this bracket, see what do you get? 2x minus 6x. 2x minus 6x is minus 4x. Minus 4x upon 2 is minus 2x. Cos of minus 2x is nothing but cos 2x only, because cos of minus theta is cos theta only. Okay, so we'll get minus sine 4x is equals to 0. Now you observe this first term. This is my first term and this is second term. If you observe the first term and second term carefully, this sine 4x will get common. If I take sine 4x common from both the terms, first term will left out 2 cos 2x and second term will left out minus 1, because this entire sine 4x you have taken common, so only 1 will be left out, so which is equals to 0. Now here I have two cases. This is the sine 4x multiply with 2 cos 2x minus 1 equals to 0. That is a into b equals to 0. Then either a must be equals to 0 or b must be equals to 0, or both a and b both must be equals to 0. If sine 4x is equals to 0, it's not minus, this should be equals to 0. Then what we have, if sine 4x equals to 0, generally sine theta is 0 when theta equals to n pi, okay, where n belongs to, that is a general solution of a sine x that we already discussed in the last class. Sine theta equals to 0 when theta must be equals to n pi, where n is an integer. So here also in place of theta I have 4x. So what I can say is sine 4x equals to 0 only if 4x equals to n, I need pi. So if you want, let me remove this n here. It should be n pi, where n belongs to integer. Okay, 4x equals to n pi, where n belongs to an integer. So I want x value. So I'll get x equals to, let me insert the equation, n pi by 4 will come here, right? Because 4 is the multiple of x, it will come n pi by 4, where n belongs to integer. Where n belongs to an integer. So this is the case one where 4x equals sine 4x must be equals to 0. There can be another possibility also there, which is 2 cos 2x minus 1 is also is equals to 0. That case also possible. Then if I simplify this one, I have cos 2x must be equals to 1 upon 2. This also can be possible. Do you agree? 2 cos 2x minus 1 equals to 0. Then send 1 that side, it will become plus 1. This product of 2 will go as the denominator. So cos 2x equals to 1 by 2. Now this cos 2x equals to 1 by 2 is a positive number. So cos theta equals to 1 by 2 when theta is 60 degrees. That is pi by 3 value. Right? Pi by 3 value is, cos pi by 3 value is 1 by 2, and cos is positive in the first quadrant and fourth quadrant. Okay, then first quadrant is 2 pi plus and fourth quadrant is 2 pi minus. So my 2x value is going to be 2n pi. It's not only 2 pi, it is going to be 2n pi. 2n pi, then plus or minus will come, because 2n pi plus will come, 2n pi minus also will come, plus or minus 60 degrees. 60 degrees means pi by 3. Okay, so this is going to be pi by 3. So 2x value is equals to 2n pi plus or minus pi by 3. So if I want x value here, then x is going to be 2 will come this side and divide with 2n pi upon 2, which is going to be just So let me copy here what are the changes will come, and this will come as 6. Okay, so what happens here is 2 will divide this term as well as second term. Both the terms will be divided with 2. So 2n pi upon 2, 2 will get cancelled. I left with n pi. This is pi by 3, and 2 will come again in the denominator only. So 3 into 2 is going to be 6. So the possible values of x is either x can be n pi by 4 or x can be n pi plus or minus pi by 6. These are the two possible values of x. So this is how I solve the trigonometric equation. This is our trigonometric equation which is given, and here are the values of x which I got. It can be x value can be this value which is highlighted, or x value can be this which is highlighted. So x value, whatever the x value you take within this range, then your trigonometric expression is going to be equals to 0 only. Okay, hope you understand how to solve the trigonometric equation, this equation. So next one I'll go as, what is the next example is given? 2 cos square x plus 3 sin x. Okay, next example, let me insert the equation only, or let me write 2 cos square x, let me see what is given, 2 cos square x plus 3 sin x plus 3 sin x is equals to 0. Let me cross check whether it is equals to 0. Yeah, 2 cos square x plus 3 sin x equals to 0. Now here first term is in terms of cos and second term is in terms of sin x. Now if you remember any quadratic equation, it has to be entirely in terms of x or it has to be entirely in terms of y. It cannot be both. A quadratic equation always it has to be in terms of one variable. But here I have two trigonometric functions. One is cos, one is sin. So what you have to do is you have to convert one of them into cos in terms of sin or sin in terms of cos, whichever the easy you can do. So I convert here cos in terms of sin. Cos square can you write as 1 minus sin square x? Is it possible? 1 minus sin square x. There is an identity, sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. From that identity, I can write cos square theta as 1 minus sin square theta. So then you will get plus 3 sin x is equals to 0. So let me open the bracket and see, you will get 2 into 1 is 2 minus 2 sin square x. So I use the same term here. 2 sin square x plus this 3 sin x will be remaining as is. So to make into the standard form, what I do is bring all these terms to the right hand side. If I bring all the terms, then 0 will be left here. Minus 2 sin square x, this will become plus 2 sin square x, and plus 3 sin x will become minus 3 sin x, and plus 2 will become minus 2 is equals to, not equals to 0, because this 0 is replaced with all the terms I am transferring from left side to right side, and in the left side all the terms are transferring, that's the left side you left with 0. So next line you will get it as 0 equals to, now this is a quadratic equation, so I can use the splitting the middle term. So how do you use the splitting the middle term? 2 into minus 2 is going to be minus 4. You have to split minus 4 to get minus 3. So here I can write minus 4, you can write as minus 4 into 1. Okay, so you can write minus 4 sin x plus sin x minus 2 is equals to, equals to 0 will not be there. So this is how I use the splitting middle term. Minus 4 I have written as minus 4 into 1. Minus 4 into 1 is minus 4, and minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3. I hope you remember the splitting the middle terms and all. Okay, so which can be written as 0 equals to, from the first two terms, what you can take common as 2 sin x you can take common. 2 sin x will get common. So here you will left with sin x minus 2. That will be left out. Okay, 2 sin x minus 2, this is left out. So in the next two terms I will take plus 1 common, so that here also you left with sin x minus 2 only. Okay, so you left with sin x minus 2. So next case I will get it as 0 equals to, if I take sin x minus 2 common, I hope you remember the quadratic equations and all how to solve it. Then I left out with, here 2 sin x will be left out, 2 sin x and plus 1. These are the things will be left out. Now here also, now I got it product. So there are two cases will be possible. Case 1 is sin x minus 2 equals to 0. So let me write here sin x minus 2 equals to 0. So if sin x minus 2 equals to 0, then I got sin x equals to 2. So do you think sin x value will be 2 for any x value? No, because my sin x graph or function or range, whatever you say, is between minus 1 to 1, including boundary values, from minus 1 to plus 1 only. So sin x value will never exceed plus 1 value. So that means this value cannot be equals to 0. Here you can write not possible. Okay, bracketify, then I'll get sin x must be equals to minus 1 upon 2. Okay, sin x value is minus 1 by 2. If sin x value is minus 1 by 2, what are the possible values of x? Sin x is negative. So first of all, sin x is 1 by 2 for 30 degrees. Sin 30 is 1 by 2, which is pi by 6. I think sin x equals to minus 1 by 2. Just now we solved. No, we did not solve. Sin x equals to, what I do is, let me go to the next page. Let me copy also, because control it. This I got sin x equals to minus 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2 means sin is negative in which are the quadrant? Third quadrant as well as fourth quadrant. Third quadrant I'll write it as pi plus something, and fourth quadrant I have to write it as 2 pi minus something. Okay, so first case will come as, sorry, it's not capital letter, sin, where is pi value? Did I written anywhere? Pi? Yeah. Where is it? This has to be black color. Pi plus. Now what comes here? Pi by 6, right? Oh, sorry. Let me write. I want general solution, right? Not the what you call. Yeah. First thing is then possible x values are pi plus pi by 6 will come. Pi plus pi by 6 is, let me write few solutions like this. Control is pi plus pi by 6. This is one possible value of x. Another possible value is 2 pi minus 2 pi minus pi by 6. Let me copy this pi by 6 only. 2 pi minus pi by 6. Then other possible value will come as 3 pi. Wait a minute. Then this it will come as third value. When I make the another rotation, it will come 3 pi plus pi by 6. Then in other rotation, it will come 4 pi. It will come 4 pi minus pi by 6 in another rotation, and this process will continue and so on. Okay, let me dot. This process will go on, right? Pi minus pi plus pi by 6, which is in the third quadrant. 2 pi minus pi by 6. So this term will be in the fourth quadrant. Again, second rotation, this term will be in the third quadrant. This term will be in the fourth quadrant. If I come another rotation, then 5 will come, then 6 will come. So here you have pi, 2 pi, then 3 pi, then 4 pi. It will go on. Okay. So finally it will come as, which is equals to, it will be n pi. N pi will come. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all are coming. So it will be n pi. Okay. Now what happens after n pi? If you observe carefully, if it is a multiple of pi is odd, then I am getting plus sign. If multiple of pi is even number, I am getting minus sign. So in the last class we discussed, if it is multiple of even number or odd number, what should we consider? So multiple of pi is odd, positive number. Multiple of pi is even, it is negative number. So minus 1 whole to the power n plus 1. Okay, this will come minus 1 whole to the power n plus 1. Then everywhere you have pi by 6, pi by 6, pi by 6 only. So it will come control V, pi by 6. So my answer is going to be n pi plus minus 1 whole to the power of n plus 1 into pi by 6. This is the answer of sin x equals to minus 1 by 2. Okay. Somebody can write sin of minus theta equals to minus sin theta. Okay, so negative sign, negative values also will give me minus 1 by 2. In that case, sign can be negative in first and second quadrant also. Sign of minus pi by 6 is minus 1 by 2. Sign of minus of pi minus pi by 6. Pi minus pi by 6 means which is in the second quadrant. But I said sign of minus of pi minus pi by 6. Okay, that also will be a negative value. So here the one conclusion is given. For example, this question they solved sin x equals to minus root 3 by 2. So they got answer as 4 pi by 3. They are written here. Now 4 pi by 3 is one such value of x for which sin x is minus root 3 by 2. One may take any other value of x for which sin x is minus root 3 by 2. So here what they have done is 4 pi by 3 means 4 pi by 3 value is 60. 4 into 60 is 240. So they are considered only sign is negative in the third quadrant. They are not considered sign is negative in the fourth quadrant. Okay. Even that is also they are taken answer as the same. So that's why they said one may consider other value of x for which sin x is minus root 3 by 2. The solution obtained will be the same, although these may apparently look different. The solutions looks different, but final when I use the solutions, my answer is going to be same. So minus pi by 2 is my final answer. Whether you use the answer as this, I use this quadrant method because we already master of that one, which quadrant, which is negative, how to use them. So my answer is going to be different. Somebody can use the sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. If they use that technique, my answer looks different. But finally, when I substitute x value, my sine of x is going to be minus 1 by 2 only. So according to this, I can conclude that answers are not going to be unique answers. In the last class also, at the end of the class, I left out, think of how to represent this way. So this is the reason why I left out. Answer can be this. If somebody use the technique sine of minus theta equals to minus sine theta, so answer may be, x value looks different, but sine of x value is going to be anyhow, it is minus 1 by 2 only. Okay, so be careful. If you solve with different ways, the x value is going to be different, but sin x value at the end, sin x value has to be the same, whatever the x value, whatever the method you use. Okay, now here we have the exercise 3.4. You can solve all the questions. Now, yes, let me come to this one conclusion step. You may ask in this question, so why you replace the numbers? Why can't I apply the formula here? I have the formula sin C minus sin D also. Okay, sin A minus sin B formula also I have. 2 sin C minus D by 2 cos C plus D by 2. If you want, should I write here? Just a minute. I copy the thing here. Okay, this is going to be 2 sin C minus D is going to be 4 here. 2 sin C minus D by 2 cos C plus D by 2. This is what, if I apply sin C minus sin D formula here what I have done in this example to solve, I rearrange the terms. Without rearranging the terms, one may ask, why can't we apply the formula for these two terms only? So when I apply the formula for these two terms, which is sin C minus sin D, which is 2 sin C minus D by 2 cos C plus D by 2. Here C value is 2x, this is C value, and D value is 4x. So when I apply the formula here, C minus D means 2x minus 4x by 2, 2x plus 4x by 2. If I simplify this one, 2x minus 4x is going to be minus 2x upon 2 is going to be x. So sin of minus x is going to be minus 2 sin x. This is what I am going to get it. In the second term here, if I simplify, this is 2x plus 4x is 6x. 6x upon 2 is 3x. So it is going to be cos 3x. Then as usually I left with sin 6x also, because here you have sin 6x also. So that term will remain as it is, which will be equals to 0. Now see, observe, look at this term. Can I take anything common from the two terms? Nothing will get common. This is sin x, this is sin 3x, and this is sin 6x. There is no term to get common. That means there is no further steps to solve it. Okay, so you stuck the question here. Here I rearrange the terms, because after simplifying this one, 2x plus 6x is 8x, 8x by 2 is 4x. So I got sin 4x here, I got sin 4x here, so hence I can take sin 4x common. So that is the reason, when you are master of solving the question, then you will automatically come to the conclusion whether do I need to rearrange the terms or not. Okay, so that is the reason why we rearrange the terms to solve them. So let me see the exercise 3.6, 3.4 exercise. First 4 questions you can solve. Here also I think you can solve. It's not here you use the sin 2x formula. Yeah, let me solve this question. Sin 2x plus cos. Here also cos 4x equals to cos 2x. Now how do I solve this one? Cos 4x. Let me give the hints to solve, then you can solve it. The question is given as cos 4x is equals to cos 2x. That's what they are given. Cos 4x equals to cos 2x. Okay, so how do I solve this question is, let me see, cos 4x you can write cos 2 times of 2x equals to cos 2x. Here x will not be there. This should be cos 2x. Now here cos 2 theta formula you can apply. Cos 2 theta formula is 1 minus 2 cos square theta minus 1. That is the formula. Cos 2 theta formula is 2 cos square theta minus 1. 2 cos square theta means 2x only will be there, because in place of theta I have 2x. 2 cos square theta minus 1, which is equals to cos 2x. Now if I simplify the standard form, it will come 2 cos square 2x, I can copy here, 2 cos square 2x minus cos 2x minus 1 is equals to 0. So in this step what I have done is, this cos 2x on the LHS I brought to on the RHS, I brought it to the LHS. So plus cos 2x will become minus cos 2x. So to make it simple, let cos 2x equals to some y. So what do you get if I take cos 2x equals to y? So your equation will become 2y square minus y minus 1 is equals to 0. Okay, that's how the quadratic equation is changed. Okay, by substituting cos 2x as y, this is cos square 2x, so it will become y square, so 2y square, and cos 2x I can replace directly with y, minus 1 equals to 0. Now I can use the splitting the middle term. Here the coefficient is 2 and here the coefficient is minus 1. So 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. So here to factorize minus 2 to get minus 1. So what are the factors of minus 2 and minus 1? So this 2y square I'll keep as it is. 2y square. Then what you get? Minus 2y. Then you will get plus y minus 1 equals to 0. Just add on the factorization, then you will try to understand. So from the first two terms, I can take 2y common. Then what you get if I take 2y common, I'll get y minus 1. Y minus 1. And from here plus 1 if I take common, y minus 1 only will come, which is equals to 0. This is also I got. So there are two possible values of y. One value of y is equals to 1, or another possibility of y is, I am writing it directly just to try to simplify it. 2y, I'll write it directly, y equals to minus 1 upon 2. Okay, when you simplify, then you will understand. Now replace y value. First y value I assumed is cos 2x. So cos 2x equals to 1. This is one possible value of y. Second one is cos 2x is equals to minus 1 by 2. So just find out what are the possible values in both the cases. Cos theta is 1 when theta is 0. Cos 0 is 1. Okay, cos 0, then cos 2 pi, then cos 4 pi. So that means your 2x equals to 2n, you want pi, insert the pi. Okay. Or maybe what I do is, before I come to the final step, then cos 2x equals to 1. Let me put this one in here. I'm solving what? Cos 2x equals to 1. So then possible values of cos theta is 1 when theta is 0. Then possible next value is 2 pi. Just a minute. So what I do is I'll copy this pi value only. 2 pi. Then it will come 4 pi. Okay. Then it will come 6 pi. It will go on. Okay. You may ask, why can't it be a pi, 3 pi, 5 pi? Cos pi e value is -1. Okay, that you remember. Then 2x equals to, so this is nothing but 2n pi. 2n pi. You may ask, why can't you write n pi only? If I write n pi, then n value can be 1. Then it will be pi only. So cos pi is going to be -1. These are all the even numbers. All the multiples of pi is even numbers. Every even number can be written as 2n and then multiply with pi. So therefore x value is going to be n pi. This is the possible value of x, where n belongs to z. It can be positive number or it can be negative number. Now your homework is try to find cos theta is -1/2. Cos theta is -1/2 means cos is negative in the second quadrant and fourth quadrant. Second quadrant is pi minus theta and fourth quadrant is 2 pi minus theta. Okay. I think I'll get n pi plus or minus something pi by 3 something. Just write out. I'll leave it to you as a homework. Okay, this is exercise 5th question. Next we have is sin 2x. Now here all sin 2x plus x. Sin 2x you can, let me write, this is 7th question, which is sin 2x plus cos x is equals to 0. 0 only? Yeah, equals to 0. Now whether you convert sin in terms of cos or whether you convert cos in terms of sin. So what I can do here is, let me put solution. Sin 2x I have a formula as 2 sin x cos x. This is the formula of sin 2x. Plus then cos x is equals to 0. Then you can take cos x common. If I take cos x common, what do you get? 2 sin x, I'll get first term, plus 1 from the second term, which is equals to 0. There are two possibilities, cos x equals to 0 or 2 sin x plus 1 equals to 0. So solve these two equations, then you will get the corresponding answers. Cos x is 0, I think 2n plus 1 pi by 2. And here sin x is -1/2, that we already solved for sin x equals to -1/2. This is the answer. Okay. Next question is sec square 2x equals to 1 minus tan 2x. What you can do is sec square 2x you can write as 1 plus tan square 2x equals to 1 minus tan 2x. Then 1 will get cancelled. So if you want, let me try it out. This is sec square 2x equals to I'll simplify, then you can solve this question. I think question number 8. Yeah, sec square, this will be sec square 2x equals to 1 minus tan 2x. Let me cross check. Yeah. So sec square theta I can write as 1 plus tan square theta. So here also it will come 1 plus tan square 2x will come, which is equals to 1 minus tan 2x. Now both the sides 1 1 will get cancelled. So what you left out here is tan square 2x will be left out, plus tan 2x is equals to 0. What I have done is I cancel 1 and 1. This minus tan 2x I brought this side. It will become plus 2 tan x. So you may ask 1 1 if it is getting cancelled, then you have tan square 2x equals to minus tan x. So why don't you get cancelled 1 tan 2x? Then I have tan 2x equals to 1 only. No, you can't cancel them like this. Okay. If I cancel, then one of the solution I'll miss out. Like tan 2x, if I take common, then you left out tan 2x plus 1. Then there are two possibilities are there. One possibility is tan 2x is equals to 0, or tan 2x equals to minus 1. So tan theta is 0 when tan is 0. Tan is 0. Then tan pi is also 0. Yes, tan pi is also 0. Then tan 2 pi. What are the possible values of x? 0 is possible. Let me copy this pi symbol. Control C. Even tan pi is also 0. Then tan 2 pi is also 0. Then tan 3 pi is also 0. Then 4 pi is also 0. Then 5 pi is also 0. 6 pi is also 0. Then all will be 0. Generally tan theta is 0 when sin theta is also 0 only. So you have 2x is equals to, this will come n pi. Okay, because 1, 1, 2 or minus 1, minus 2 all will come. So therefore x equals to n pi by 2. N pi by 2. So if you want, let me put this n in the numerator only. So therefore possible value of x is n pi by 2, where n belongs to z. Now similarly think of tan x equals to minus 1. Tan 2x equals, tan is negative in second and fourth quadrant. Second quadrant is pi minus pi by 4. 2 pi minus pi by 4, then 3 pi minus pi by 4, 4 pi minus pi by 4. I think my answer is going to be, let me copy this one. Case 2 value will come here. So if my guess is correct, then 2x must be equals to pi minus pi by 4, second quadrant, 2 pi minus pi by 4. Let me insert one equation here. Pi minus pi by 4. Pi minus pi by 4. This will be in the second quadrant. Agree? Second quadrant is pi minus pi by 4. Tan is negative. Then second is 2 pi minus pi by 4. 2 pi minus pi by 4 is a fourth quadrant. fourth quadrant is also tan is negative. Then it will come 3 pi minus pi by 4. Then it will come 4 pi minus pi by 4. The process will continue. So therefore 2x equals to, so if I say here it is pi, then it is 2 pi, then it is 3 pi, then it is 4 pi, then 5 pi, 6 pi, 7 pi will come. So it is going to be n pi, because every multiple of pi is coming n pi, and everywhere you have minus sign only. Minus pi by 4, minus pi by 4, minus pi by 4, minus pi by 4, everywhere minus pi by 4 only. Is going to be minus pi by 4. If I simplify further, it will come x equals to, let me simplify, 2 will come to the denominator for each and every term. So it will come n pi by 2, n pi by 2, and this also 2, if I multiply, it will become pi by 8. So x equals to n pi by 2 minus pi by 8. So these both values of x can be possible for the 8th question. So if your answers are different, don't worry, because we already discussed, depending on which way of you are solving, your answers may vary. Okay, here I use the quadrant method, so I got this answer. So complete the other questions from the exercise 3.4, and hence we finished our chapter. Okay, there are miscellaneous questions. If possible, I'll make one more video by discussing the miscellaneous examples. Okay, so complete all, study properly, understand. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.